Hey, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay, for a brief moment, can we have our camera switched on? I have given you, I have allowed mic and camera, for a brief moment, for 2 minutes. Let us just look at each other, get acquainted, right? That will be really cool. Yes. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So nice to see all of you. Welcome to Smart Irrigation AICTE Internship. Yes. Okay. So I took a screenshot, okay, so just to show that we are 156 students and one mentor here. So anyway, so myself, Raghunandan, so I'm going to help you out during the mentoring you, training you throughout this AICTE internship. So you have chosen smart irrigation. That is actually our project too. So we have the basics of machine learning and other things. Okay, so we will delve into that, try to understand. So from past 14 years, I've been in teaching, training, and in brief moment, I was also a data scientist and data analyst. And later, I thought like this would be best to train the students. Okay, so that is about me. And anyway, so I'll try to go, let you know how the workflow is and what are the things that you need to understand, what should be done in week 1, week 2, week 3, right, and how to submit the project and everything else. Okay, so I have made sure have allowed the attendance. You can go to the LMS and you can click on the self attendance. It will be available for 24 hours. So I think we started at 6:45. So tomorrow evening to 6:45 it will be available. So don't panic. Have some patience. And some of you might not be in the group. If that is the case, I'll try to add you again to the group and it will be available. Okay. So hope you're all comfortable. Am I okay? Like my English and everything is okay with you all, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So let me share my screen and yes. Okay, so let me start by saying that what are the important things that needs to be done. Uh, so this is our 4 week, right? Yeah. So this is our 4 week internship. Okay. So by AICT, sponsored by Shell, along with EduNet Foundation, right? So I'm a trainer from EduNet Foundation. So I come from a team called as Skills for Future. So Skills for Future. So we will talk about the green skills. So that is the importance that what we're going to teach. So for the 4 week, what we'll do here is we will take week 1 to week 3, where you will be completely working and submitting the project. Okay. So that means to say I'll be assisting till here. What happens in week 4 is entirely different scenario where you will be able to give the final presentation. Okay. If you have been chosen. Okay. So, or if you want to give, so that will be there in the week 4. So let us not bother about week 4 till now. Okay. I mean, now in the week 1, in the weeks, what you will have is that we will have something called as weekly submissions or weekly milestones. So what are these? What should be done? So first, whenever we talk about a week, let me show you my, yeah. So I hope you can see this, right? So this is how your timetable is. I'll share you the timetable. Don't worry. I'll give you the timetable. I'll give you the session recording. I'll give you the GitHub repo, everything. So do not panic. Don't worry about anything. So yours is project 2, that is smart irrigation. So which is scheduled to start right at 6:45. We have started exactly on that on 15th. So you have mentoring session, AMA session, master session. Similarly, the same thing repeats to week 2, week 3, and so on, right? So let me explain those things. So what is this? In week you have mentorship, right? And next you have AMA, and next you have master session. So in the mentoring session, what we'll try to do here is I'll try to teach you the code, explain everything. It could be visualization, it could be libraries, it could be ML libraries, whatever it might be, right? So I'll teach you all that. So you will try to create the same thing in your IPYNB form, so which nothing but Jupyter Notebook file format. And while doing this, you will have lots of doubts, confusion, or anything of that sort. So we are giving you AMA session, means ask me anything. You can ask any kind of doubt you have with respect to the project. Okay, by project, when I say our internship project, okay, do not bring your college projects and ask me doubts. So we are restricting to only the internship projects. So we have only 2 hours for that. So kindly make sure that we accommodate within that stipulated time. So next, what we have is a master session. So master session, you will be having 3 different theoretical courses, right? So this could be like how to build resume. Okay, if you want to know anything about DevOps, right? Another one is there. I forgot. So another one is there. So this for week 1, week 2, and week 3. This is how everything will be done. So similarly, you will have week 1, 2, and 3. So in week 1 and week 2, you will submit only the Git link. I'll explain it to you what is GitHub, everything. Don't worry. You will submit Git link in your LMS portal. Okay. Once you submit it, your work will be done. In week 3, you will talk about the final presentation. Means you have to create a PPT. I will give you the template. Don't worry about that. I'll give you the template. So based on the template, you're going to create the PPT. What PPT? On the project you have worked on, right? So that is what is our project. Our project is actually smart irrigation, right? So our project is smart irrigation. You're going to work on that. So that presentation has to be done by your end. Okay. Now for all the session, it is mandatory to attend. It is mandatory to attend, and your attendance is called as self-attendance. So this I have enabled on my LMS, so it will be there for you for 24 hours. Okay, so say like we started at 6:45, as I said. So next day 6:40 till 6:45, it will be live. After that, it will be done, and we cannot bring that back. So kindly be aware of that too. Okay. So under certain circumstances, if you were not able, because some of the students, they say that they are giving some kind of exam or internals probably, we will also provide you all the recordings. Okay, so take in the recordings. It is your duty to look into the recording, understand everything, and then if you have any doubt regarding that, you will ask that in the AMA. So no student should call or WhatsApp me asking me anything. Remember, guys, we are somewhere around 3,500 students, right? Plus students. Imagine at least 10% of them texting me. It will be somewhere around 350, right? I cannot answer them. So kindly be aware of that. All the instructions will be given to you in the WhatsApp as well as in the Telegram group. Okay, so don't worry about that. So next thing is I want to talk to you all about certain important factors here where I want to talk about machine learning. Can anyone here tell me what is machine learning? Do you know what is machine learning in your layman language?
Yes, sir. Subset of artificial intelligence.
Subset of the artificial intelligence. Okay, good.
Dimension of human knowledge. It is a technique in which we try to train machine by giving some data set.
Yes.
Making our speedbox learns where machine learns from data
Training
without
a machine on algorithms. Okay. So I got lots of good answers, and all of the answers are correct. I'm really happy about that. So in the machine learning, we basically train the machine learning, right? I mean, machine to give us either a prediction or a classification or something else, like if you're using deep learning. So let us look into the prediction and classification. How is machine learning divided? Can anyone tell me? Any idea?
Regression and classification.
Okay, regression and classification, but that can be bunched into something.
There are three types: supervised, unsupervised,
algorithms.
reinforcement.
One at a time.
Deep learning.
Okay. If I
Supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement.
yes, exactly. If I were to say
Supervised, unsupervised, and
supervised,
Supervised and unsupervised.
exactly. You have supervised, unsupervised. Okay, so there are reinforcement, semi-supervised. Let us not bother about it because we are looking into deep learning. I mean, machine learning. So tell me, what do you understand from supervised learning?
There is ma'am
We have
input
label
with
data
a
set.
output
We
with
have model like
a
becoming a teacher by label.
Exactly. You have something called as label data here, right? And what about unsupervised? Can I say unlabeled data?
Both. Their models.
Right? So if I were to have an apple here, so if I say apple, so this is the label. And if I'm going to give here no label here, so I'm going to just send the picture to the algorithm like this. It has to detect whether it is an apple or not, but it will not say an apple. It will just make sure all the things that looks like an apple can be put together. Okay. So this is labeled data and this is unlabeled data. Okay. Okay, good. I'm really happy. And if possible, can anyone tell me, I mean, someone was telling me about regression and classification. Can anyone tell me what is regression? What is classification?
In classification, we have classes. Basically, both are supervised and supervised machine learning. But in regression, we have discrete values where we can get numerical values which are discrete. And in classification, we have classes like 0, 1, or dog, cat, like this.
So do you really say that in regression it will be discrete or continuous?
Sorry, continuous. In classification, we have discrete.
Sorry, it's not discrete, it's continuous, sir.
Exactly. Good.
And when it comes to the classification, it is yes or no type, sir.
Yes. So in the regression, you will have the continuous numerical values where based on that, you will be able to figure out what would be. Like say, for example, let me give an example for those who do not know. Okay. So I want to buy a house, right? So in 2025, I think it will cost somewhere around 1.5 CR. Imagining, okay, this is not me, someone really wealthy. Okay. So we'll call that as a next person. So he wants to buy a house where it is in 2025, it is 1.5 CR. But his mind changes. Probably he has some kind of work going on. He wants to buy that in 2029, but he wants to prepare from 2025. So he says in 2029, Raghunandan, why don't you use the machine learning and give me what could be the price of the house which I'm going to buy? No, give me that value. So what we'll try to do here is that we will use some regression methods here based on the continuous numbers, based on certain parameters, right? What is the area, right? Area, square feet. What could be number of rooms, right? 3 BHK, right? And so on. These are called as parameters. Based on this, you have to predict like whether it could be 2.5 or whether it could be 3 CR, anything like that. So there we're going to use the regression model. Whereas when we come for the classification here, as some of you said, it's based on classes. So based on classes means I can say like whether it's a cat or a dog, whether it's a male or a female, right? So there are classes that we are dividing it. And if you see this, you will say, sir, is it only like 2 classes? No, it could be more than different classes. Like I could say like from Karnataka, right? Class of Karnataka, class of Tamil Nadu, class of Rajasthan, Gujarat, right? So how many people belong to Karnataka? So this is again a classification. So there I can do that. Okay. So I think you all know this, the basic idea of how the machine learning works, right? So let me dive into the problem and let us start to understand, and we'll try to wind it up. Okay. So just a second. So we will call that as predict based on previous data, right? Good. Okay, so now let me, oh yeah, before that, I wanted to ask you all this. Do you know what is environment?
In which agent act?
Surrounding.
Environment as in, I want to say like coding environment.
The
Okay.
platform
Like
in which
IDE
you
is
have to
code.
code.
IDE.
IDE.
Exactly,
application development
exactly,
code is done.
IDE. So here you can use Collab, you can use Kaggle, you can use Visual Studio Code, you can use Jupyter Notebook, and if there are any, like some of them are featured with some its own AI assistants also, like Code LLM and other things. Okay, but I don't insist you to do that. So you can stick with any of these things. It will work really fine. So don't worry about that. Okay. Any question?
Sir, we should use anything, or we should we'll specify that.
I'm not going to specify anything. It is up to you. But if you're new and if you are starting first time and you want everything to be neat, like how I teach, I am teaching based on Visual Studio Code, right? So it will be very comfortable to you also. If you are using Visual Studio Code, you have to go to the extensions on your left side, okay? And you have to choose Jupyter. You have to install this extension. Okay, so if installation and looking into all the things is kind of a tiresome or a Herculean task, you can directly go for Jupyter Notebook, or you can use Anaconda. So Anaconda can install all the things to you, right? Jupyter Notebook.
Yes,
So you can directly use that also. Okay, no issues with anything. Yes, you can use Collab. Yeah, you can use Collab. If you're comfortable with Kaggle, use Kaggle. If you're comfortable with VSV, you can use VSV. Okay, there are no restrictions, students, but do not ask me coming back to me again and again saying like this installation is not happening. Okay, so you have to get comfortable with one of the environments and you have to develop yourself in that particular way where all the extensions are pretty much comfortable to you. So next is Python. So you basically have to install Python. And when students usually go with Python, they are going with 3.1, 3 point something. My suggestion is don't go for this, okay? Because somewhere when we are using OpenCV and when we are using the, what do you say, scikit-learn, okay? We are having a little bit problem here because they have not changed certain modules. You can go the ones which are 3.12.x or maybe 3.9 point something, okay? I am using 3.12.8 by far. For me, this is my personal experience. This is working really good, really good. Okay, so you can install anything you want. Again, it's all left to you. Python. Okay, yes. Coming for the next one. So next one is the libraries. Do you all know what are libraries? Any example? Anybody?
Seaborn library, pandas library in Python, then
Exactly.
matplotlib library,
Matplotlib.
pandas.
Pandas.
Very good. Very good.
Pandas,
Very
Scikit-learn,
good. I'm really happy with it.
PyTorch.
With it. Yes, PyTorch. Okay, so yeah, we can use the frameworks also, TensorFlow, PyTorch. Good, very good. So I'm really happy about that. So for those who do not know what are libraries, guys, for those who do not know, libraries are collection of modules. Okay, so what happens basically is if you're like using C, you might have used C, and for everything you have to create a module and run it. So here there is a community, right, with respect to Python, and they have created a lot of libraries for us where we can use it. Okay, that is really easy. So some of the libraries such as pandas, right, which is basically used for data manipulation, and you have NumPy, right, which is basically used for math. And if I want to say what is math, I will clearly say it is nothing but linear algebra, right? So linear algebra means what? Matrix, arrays, right? We're going to use for that. Next we have matplotlib. So matplotlib and Seaborn, Seaborn are both visualization libraries.
Visualization.
Okay, so one is very good, the other one is an advanced version, and if you still need something interactive, you can go with Plotly also. Okay, so some of our advanced people, right? So if you say anyone who's advanced in data science, they will use Plotly a lot to understand, to make it an interactive possible. So next is scikit-learn. So scikit-learn is basically a machine learning library. Okay, and I guess that will be fine for now. Okay, so these are the important libraries. Now, for those who do not know, again, I'm repeating how to install them. So in order to install any library, so either go to command prompt, or you can go to terminal. Okay, so there you can say pip install, all small letters, numpy, pandas, I mean no commas, okay, just white spaces, pandas, matplotlib, seaborn, and for scikit-learn, please be careful, scikit hyphen learn. Okay, so you have to use this syntax. I'll show that to you even in the notebook file also. Okay, so this is the main thing. Now I will go to folder here. Yours is smart irrigation. Yeah. Yes. Now I want to understand one thing. What is smart irrigation? Can anyone tell me? Why did you choose this?
Involving the
Yes.
Based on
Make
the
farming
soil.
better.
For irrigating crops and fields.
Okay, good. So you are basically trying to say that we can use some sensors to understand the presence of moisture content on the soil and any other parameters. For example, like I took only moisture. You can look for other minerals or anything of that sort through the sensors, and you can irrigate it, right? Means pass some water when it is required, the refined quantity, right? So all the things can be done, right? Good.
Basically digitizing whatever like a normal person does and automating it accordingly.
Yes, yes, absolutely right. We are basically trying to automate it, and we are not making the human intervention there rather than going for artificial intelligence, right? Your model which you're going to create will talk a lot, will do a lot of work on your behalf. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So using computer vision for analyzing crop growth.
Yeah, that can also be done, but here we are using only machine learning, not deep learning. So because when you use OpenCV, the images has to be taken, passed into convolution neural network. So that's a huge thing, but that's actually a project is also there. That's also a very good suggestion. Good. So now let me start here by letting you know what are the libraries we have, what it's going to do. Before starting, I saw some of the chats here. Okay, now students, please remember one thing. I'm not your friend. I'm repeating this. I'm not your friend. I am your mentor. I'm your training professor here to train you, to make you to understand from the scratch. And we are training and we are explaining it in such a way that those people who are starting from the scratch would understand. Okay, we are not doing this of an advanced level. We are starting from amateur level to mid level. So for those who think that they know the idea behind it, so probably I think you can go for the other internships that are hosted by our end, right? Microsoft, IBM, and other things. So you can do that. So most important thing, either you're going to address me as RMS or you can address me as sir. So between two, you have the choice. I'm not your friend. Do not call me hey, hi, hello, and other things. Okay. So why am I saying is this? Because some of the interview preparation is also done through the training also, and we are catering that service too. Okay. So kindly make sure that when you're addressing anyone, so you have to have some kind of the way of addressing them properly. Like you can say Mr. RMS also, right? That is also fine. Or you can say sir. So I'm open to all the things. Yes. So let us start from here. So I have not given any introduction to this because we know that how the smart irrigation systems work. You have already told me, right? Some of you have worked on deep learning also. I'm really happy about it. Now, whenever you open the file, see, this is the Visual Studio Code, how it looks like. Sometimes it might look like this for the very first time you open. You're going to click on this Explorer here on the left side, right? Command E. So I'm going to click on that. You will have open folder here. Click on it. So it will ask you where your folder is, right? So I have created a smart irrigation already. So you can do the same on your desktop. Okay, once I give you the file. So click on open and you will get the two files here. So I have already uploaded the dataset on your LMS. Of course, please don't panic. I will also give you the dataset in the WhatsApp group as well as in the Telegram also. So we have the IPYNB file. I'm going to click on the IPYNB file. So it's going to come towards my right side. Now I don't want this. So again, I'm going to click on the Explorer. It's going to vanish, right? It's going to disappear. Now, so here we have to go one by one. So first and foremost thing, what we are doing is we are importing all the necessary libraries. Okay. So I will try to say here. So we are importing necessary libraries. Okay, so as you can see here, the pandas is a library, Seaborn is a library, matplotlib is also a library. So we have a bunch of libraries here, and we're going to use that. And joblib is to dump our model, which will be in the pickle form, right? So for machine learning, pickle is good, so we can use that. Now let me go one by one here. Import pandas as PD. Can anyone tell me what is AAS?
Sorry, lies.
Yes, exactly. Alias, right? So alias. Now, for example, my name is Raghunandan MS. So people often in the colleges, they would call me as like Professor RMS, right? So RMS is a shortened word. It's good. Just like that, if I want to call RMS, pandas every time, it's not a good thing, right? So I can alias it as PD. Similarly, matplotlib.pyplot, I'm going to just call it as PLT. You will say, sir, is it compulsory that you have to call this as PD only? No. You can call it anything you want. You can call it like this also. You're just aliasing it. Okay, you're just renaming it. No issues. So just like even in the SQL, we do this, right? So you can do that. But however, most of the data scientists, what they do is that they're going to shorten this as PD only. So let us keep it in that way. Okay. So similarly, pandas is used for, as I said, data manipulation. Like you want to import a data set, you're going to use pandas. If you want to change date time format, you're going to use pandas. So there are lots of things that you can do. Now, matplotlib is a visualization library, which will help us out to figure out like what kind of like charts you might have seen in Excel, right? Bar chart, scatter chart, and all. So similar to that. So this Seaborn is an advanced version of matplotlib, which will help you out in aligning the memory matrix and other things. So it will be very easy for us to do that. Some of the things that you can't do with the matplot, you can do it with the Seaborn. You can have some colors, right? Different colors, different palettes can be added like that. And from scikit-learn, which is nothing but shortcut of sklearn, right? So this sklearn is nothing but the machine learning models library will be there. From within that, I'm using the submodule that is model selection. I'll try to use train test split. Okay, I'll explain what are these when their effect comes into picture. From ensemble, I'm trying to use a random forest classifier. I'm using multi-output here for wrapper. For metrics, I'm using classification report. For scaling, I'm using min-max scaler. For dumping the model, for saving the model, I'm going to use joblib. Okay. So now, can anyone tell me by looking at these libraries, is my project a regression model or classification model?
classification.
Classification.
How did you say it's a classification?
Because we're using random
Because we
forest
imported random forest classifier.
Okay, very good, very good. So now we got an idea about that, right? So this is how we're going to do that. So let me run this. So for the first time when you're running it, okay, it will ask you about the environment. Click on the Python environment. And so I have the global environment set to 3.12.8, as I told you already. And I'm working on certain projects for the older clients. So where they want to have 3.9.6, I have installed this as for the virtual environment. So always try to install for you when you're learning for the global environment. So keep this as 3.12.8, click on it, and it's going to run. Okay, so for the first time, it will take a little time. Okay, so our kernel is also running. We have no issues. Can you see this green check mark? So that means it's success, right? It took 2.4 seconds. Now, looking into, I'm sorry. So looking into my data set. So where is my data set? My data set is in the same folder as the IPYNB file. Can you all see this? So it is called as irrigation machine.csv file. So since I have put it in the same folder as my source code, I do not need to give the path name, like right click, copy path name, giving all that is not necessary. So what I'll do here is I'm going to say, okay, like this. So you're going to start with codes here, name of your complete name of your file. Okay. And if someone has any issues regarding, sir, how do I make no mistake of it? So click on the Explorer here, right click. You can just, click on rename, copy everything here, paste it. Okay. So do that. So now what I'm doing here is that using the pandas with the method called as read CSV, right? A function called as read CSV will read the CSV file, which is nothing but comma separated value files. And once it reads, it's going to put into the DF here, right? So let me run this. Now it has the entire values which were there that has been put into this specific variable. Now, what we'll try to do here is we want to have the preview of it. So in order to have the preview of it, what we'll do here is I want to have first 5 rows to be printed. So in order to get first 5 rows, so since it's at the top, we are going to call it as head. Okay. And we're going to give in the parenthesis. Okay. So head is a method or a function here. So DF is what? Data frame, our data frame here, which we have loaded. So when I shift enter on this, or you can use this run button here. So when you run that, you will get everything. Say what? Yeah. So you will get the column unnamed 0, sensor 0 up to parcel 2. Okay. Now let us try to understand what are these. So unnamed 0 means he's talking about some feature that could be possibly someone while they were trying to save it. They have not, they have saved with the index. Can you look at this 0, 1, 1, 2, 2? There is a high chance of possibility that this is an index. So we don't need that. So leave this. Sensor 0 means this is the 0th sensor or the very first sensor. Okay. So it is recording the values as 1, 5, 3, 2, and so on. Okay. So that we have multiple sensors here up to 20. So I'm saying 20, but here it is written 19. You know that it is starting from 0, right? So 0 to 19 means 20 sensors are there. And these are the pumps. Right, so these are the targets or the labels that you want to figure it out. So what could be the value of that? So I think now we got an idea. These sensors will be put in the soil and they are going to capture it. Okay, so when it is captured, like I'll give you a hypothetical example that there is less moisture. All the sensors have given the value as less moisture. So here one of the parsers will be activated saying like, okay, this specific soil needs water, so it's going to water it. Okay, so that is the target or the labels what we have here. Next, if you were to say, sir, you have printed the first 5 rows. I want bottom 5 rows or the last 5 rows. You can use this syntax df.tail over here. Okay, so this will give you the last 5 rows or the bottom 5 rows to you. Okay, parcel is something that is what you are figuring out. Okay, now we will take a motor here. We will take a motor. So motor has to be switched on. Is it 0th motor, first motor, or second motor? Okay, so that is called as parcel. So we have 3 pumps or 3 motors here. Okay, so students have been explaining this since the inception, how the patients and attend the class here. Why are you saying that like attendance link and other things? Are you not interested in the class? If you're not interested, please do not come. I told you 24 hours will be there. Why don't you attend that? These are some specific things, and again, like after some time, after giving the recordings and all, people will come to me and say that sir, I did not understand this. So we got an idea about the head, right? Now I want to know the information, means what type are there, right? What type of the data set or the data frame we are dealing with. What is the data type we are having for sensors? What is the data type we are having for other things? Let us have a look at that. When I run this, you can see here that the data frame what we have, right? It is pandas. From the pandas, we created the data frame, right? So we have 2000 entries here, starting from 0 to 1999. So we have that. Now, what are the columns we have here? So it is having the column unnamed 0. It starts from sensor 0 to sensor 19, right? One sensor is missing. And next we have 3 parcels here. So the sensor values are giving us in the form of float. Can anyone tell me what is float? I'll give you the data set. Exactly. Exactly. So float here is nothing but, let me take this. Yeah. So float here, the float data type here is nothing but decimal places, right? Decimal values. Now, similarly, you have integer. What is integer? I think I can say it's a whole number, right? And similarly, you will also see a data type called as an object. Can anyone tell me what is a data type object?
Instance of class, sir.
No, not that object. Not that, not
String,
oops,
string.
not oops. Okay, I'm talking about data type. In the data type, you also get something called as object here, especially when we are looking into the data analysis part or data science part. Have you heard of string?
It can
Yes, sir.
store
have any-
characters,
It
sir.
means
Yeah,
different
different,
characters.
Other
Exactly.
than numbers.
Yes. So
Even-
strings here, it will be called as an object. So unfortunately, there is no object here for me to show you, but the object data type is also present. So we are familiar now with float, integer, and object. Okay. So next. Now it also tells you how many float values are there, how many integer values are there, right? And how much of memory has been also used. Now I want to know what are the names of the columns I have. So I'm going to run the syntax as df.columns. Df means data frame, columns means you're going to have the names of those columns, right? So I'm going to run this, and as you all can see here, it has given me a list here. Within the list, can you see the data type object here, right? Can't understand, sir. What is object? Can you please tell again? Yeah. Sauvik, as I have told you, object means collection of string here, like characters or the what do you say, words. Okay, so they will be in the form of code. Say for example, so this is an integer. Okay, and here RMS is actually what? The object. So here the data type is integer. Here the data type is object. Got that? So we got the column names. Now I told you, right? We don't need unnamed 0 because unnamed 0 is probably an index, and having two indices is not a good idea. So what I'll do here is I'm going to take df dot drop. Okay, so there are two things you need to be very careful. Drop is used to drop the column, and with the parameters that you need to pass here is you have to name it. So that is the very reason I gave you df dot columns. Copy this entirely, Command C, and paste this entire over here. Okay, don't make any mistake. Even the white spaces has to be there. So paste this. Next, excuse me. How does drop know whether it has to drop the column or not? That is the very reason I'm going to pass axis is equal to 1. If I pass axis is equal to 1, it knows it wants to drop the column. If I give axis is equal to 0, that will become for rows. Okay, so that will be the rows. So I'm going to set this for 1. Now let us run this. And can you all see here? So here we had, here we had a named column. And when I come here, we don't have that. The first column has been deleted, right? So we are done with this. Next one, in order to know the statistics, okay, statistics of the say data set or data frame, right? It's better to say data set. I can use describe function here. If I run this, you all can see here I have the sensor 1, sensor 2 up to the parcels, all the values. Now what is statistics? I guess most of you know what is mean, median, mode, other things, right? So that is statistics. Now I want to understand how well my the data points are distributed. For that, I'm going to use the describe function. But when I look at this in a single screen, it's really hard for me to understand because I need to possibly have to scroll horizontally, right, like this. I'll give you something called as transposing. So dot capital T. Okay, so transposing means converting rows into columns, columns into rows. Run this. See, you'll get all the values over here also. Okay, now how many counts are there? So we have 2000 counts, right? So for all the values of all the columns, mean of sensor 0 is 1.4, minimum value is 0, maximum value is 8. That means to say sensor was able to sense the value between 0 and 8. Sensor 1 between 0 and 9, right? So there are different sensors having different values that it is figuring out. Say one sensor could be for moisture, another could be for NH, right? NH4, that is ammonia, right? Next one could be for something else. So this is how the things would go up. What is the standard deviation, right? So how well the data points are spread is called as a standard deviation in a layman language. So you need to know about that. You need to understand what is the average value here. So between 0 and 8, the average is 1.4. So that means to say that most of the value occurrences are occurring probably at the point of mean here, right? So these are the statistics that you need to understand. So next we have, you will have the 25th percentile, 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and so on. Okay. So for this, you can use transpose, or you can like leave it in this particular sense also. Okay. So next one. Now I want to specifically move into the rows. Okay, so I want to understand how many, whatever the rows are there, I want to specifically make sure that rows are taken into account. What I'll do here is that I will have two things. One is called as ilog and log. Okay, so log and ilog. So both will talk about the locations. Both will talk about the location. But on the one way, the integer location, which is also called as ilog, will base on the index. Whereas the location will work on certain strings like column, right? Column 1, like this. So these are the basic two differences that you should know. Integer integer location basically turns out to be the index. Now, you might ask me, sir, why is it not lock I can use? Because I know the name of the column here, right? I can directly use that. Now you know that sensor 0 to sensor 19, you know the column name because we have somewhere around 15, right? 15 columns. What if you have 1000 columns? Do you really think that we have to remember all the column names? That is not a good idea, right? So that is where we're going to use integer lock, ilock. Okay. So what does this ilock basically does? So we are doing some kind of a slicing here, right? We are doing some kind of a slicing. What is this slicing, sir? What will happen? I'll show you. When I take ilock of square braces, remember this, okay, colon and 0 to 20. Let me take this. So when I do the slicing, I'll talk about rows and columns like this. I'm sorry. Yeah. What happened? It went, yeah. So I have the rows and columns. If I want to have all the rows, so I will specify only colon like this, right? If I want to have specific number of rows, I will say from first row, that is 0, to let us say sixth row, I will give 5. I'll give 5. But when you look at this, you will say, sir, you said sixth row, but why are you giving 5? Always remember one thing in Python, the last digit is always n is equal to n minus 1 because where we are starting? We're starting from 0. Okay, so if I want to have all the 6 rows, I'm going to give the syntax like this. Now, can anyone tell me if I give the syntax like this, what will happen? It will give me all the rows and it will give me how many columns?
0 to 19.
0 to 19.
Exactly. Very good. 0 to
20 columns.
19. Okay, so last one is nothing but 20 minus 1. So 0 to 19 means how many sensors? 20 sensors only, right? So that is what we are doing. This is called as slicing. So am I clear with everyone? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So I am taking the variable, look at this capital X and this is small letter. So this is called as feature selection. Feature selection. Feature and target, we usually say that. Feature and target selection. So X means, okay, let me clear this. Yeah. So here, X means features. Y means labels. Features means what? They are right? Yeah, independent variables. Whereas labels means they are dependent variable. So can anyone tell me what do you mean by independent variable and dependent variable? Any idea?
The variables does not depend upon other data.
Exactly, right? So the target basically and the features here, the features do not, these sensor values, right? Sensor 0, sensor 1, sensor 2, they do not depend on any variable. That means they are independent. So they can vary like one can say 1, 1.5 to something else and all. But dependent variables on the other hand is actually depending on this. Means if we had this parcel, right? The parcel value that is 0, 1 is basically depending on the sensors 0 to 19. If sensor values change, the parcel values changes. So these are dependent and independent. So X means independent, Y means dependent. Okay. So when usually we call Y as target, here since we have multiple targets, we call them as labels. Okay. So let me clear this. Let us run one by one here. Okay. So okay, it's not. Yeah. So as I said, we are taking the integer location of all the rows and 0 to 19 sensors. And for Y, all the rows of 20th to whatever the remaining sensors are there, right? Till the last one. So let us run this. Where is the run? Let us run. It's been done. Now let us see the sample because I want to look at the samples, how they have been done. So X.sample of 10. So we are having only 10 numbers. So it has taken random values. So as you all can see, we have the random values over here. And this is the index. Okay. So don't worry. So don't ask me, sir, what is 543? Don't panic. Those are index. That is index and these are the sensor values. Similarly, if you have the Y sample, run that. So as I said, Y is nothing but the target here. So we have multiple target, that means labels. So we have parcel 0, parcel 1 and parcel 2. So these are basically nothing but pump, whether the pump should be on or off. Okay. So you can give any, like they can be given in any case sensitive, small letter X, small letter Y. Okay. But always make sure you give X for independent, Y for dependent, because most of the learners as well as data scientists use the same, connotations, right? So next is I want to know the feature information. So let me run this. So again, as you all can see here, we are getting the information of X, right? So we have got all the float values. Similarly on the Y, we will get all those integers, which will say 0 or 1, right? Or 2. Okay. And I think I'll take this one and then I'll try to stop. So when we run this X.shape, so we have 2000 rows and 20 columns for independent, that is features. Okay, we have to say features rather than independent variable. Let us say features. Please have the word in the mouth like that. And Y.shape, Y is for labels. Even for the Y labels, we have 2000 rows. However, 3 columns are there. Okay, so I'm going to stop it till here. I will tell you what are the things that you need to do. Students, whatever I have explained from the very starting, that is from the first row till this one, that is X shape and Y shape, you have to run the same thing in your local system or Kaggle or Colab, whatever you're doing. If due to some circumstances, if you're not able to do that, I'll be giving you this IPYNB file. Take this and you have to run this. Okay, so once you get till here, you have to have all the values which I have got here. It has to be established like this way. Once it is done, you have to go to the GitHub, you have to upload it. I'll show you how to do that. So till here, anybody has got any doubt, anything that we need to explain? Okay, someone is asking, explain difference between label and target. Shrijit, what happens is that anything that you're finding is called as a target. Now, sometimes what happens is that you will have multiple targets, right? So for that, you will take the column names. So when you take the column names, we are going to call that as a label. Okay, so here the labels are nothing but what? The parcel 1, parcel 2, parcel, sorry, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, any doubt, anyone?
No, sir.
Okay, so next, I think I'll try to explain it to you based on, yes.
Sir, is that mandatory to take X as a target and sorry, independent and Y as the dependent?
Yeah, as I said, what happens is that you can interchange between them also. Okay, there is no issue with it. But what happens is that when you are executing it in a company or in some project, if you are working, most of the people will be taking X as the feature, Y as the target. Okay, so while learning, kindly make sure that you learn it in this way. But they are interchangeable. Don't worry, you can give any value you want. Okay, it's not only X. You can say capital A, capital B, or also. Okay, don't worry.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, can you explain about the shape, X dot shape and Y dot shape?
So shape means to know number of rows and columns. Okay, so what we did was here, we took X, like X is nothing but features, right? So we took for all the rows and 20 columns, right? So 20 columns were taken. So what we'll do here is we will say X dot shape, where it will give you the output of 2000 rows have been taken and 20 columns are already been taken. Okay, that is present in this X. And similarly in the Y, okay, so in the Y, you will have the values, that is rows, 2000 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so instead of taking the entire thing as a data frame, we can pass them in kind of an array. Okay, so that is the values that you will be able to see. If I were to do this, see X, if I run this, so you have that entire data frame here. Okay, so instead of having 2000, looking at this 2020 columns, I just use the shape here. That's it. Okay, let me go to Git. I will explain you how to upload it into Git. Okay, so we are almost at 7:42. Let me save this file first. Command yes, close this. Close
Is this recording available in LMS?
Yeah, this recording I will be uploading it on the LMS, as well as I will share it to you on the WhatsApp as well as Telegram group. Okay, don't worry about that.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Now coming over here, for those who are new for Git, so kindly go for github.com, right? So go for github.com and try to sign up. Okay, if it is your first time, try to sign up. And once you sign up, okay, signing in or registering is very easy, right? So what I'll do here is, Arun, you can look into the recording. Okay, so again, explaining the same thing, it will take a lot of time. I'll share you the recording. Kindly look into the recording. Okay, don't worry. I'll come back to the question and answers. Kindly give me some time, guys. So what I'll do here is, what you need to do here is you have to click on the repositories. Okay, so when you click on the repositories, what will happen is that if you are starting for the very first time, you will have nothing here. Okay, it will be completely empty. If you are starting, if you have already started, so your folders will already be there. So here we call those things as repositories. So repositories are something like where you're going to deposit something, right? So where you're going to dump files, you can utilize it later. Now, for the first time, for everyone else, please click on new here. You will be able to see this green color button. Click on the new here. It will ask you to create a new repository. Please create a new repository. Don't use the older one. Okay, and you can say here smart irrigation, right? This is your project name, smart irrigation. This is sponsored by AICTE and Shell, so you can mention that too here. Okay, so this will help you out, especially for your job interviews, where you can, when you show the name of your repo. So description, you can say that this is an AICTE internship cycle, right? Cycle 2. Keep the public. Okay, the repo should be public. Don't keep it private. All your submissions will be evaluated, means our evaluators will be checking it continuously. So don't keep it public. Don't keep it private, keep it public. Okay, so they have to see. And it's a good practice to add the readme file. Click on the readme file, and don't worry about git ignore for the license. Like, since we are starting, don't worry. If you are comfortable and if you have done your own projects using certain things, you can go with Massachusetts Institute of Technology license or Apache. If you work with front end, you can go with Apache. Okay, so now click on create repository here. So once you click on the create repo, it's going to create something like this, smart grid irrigation, right? So all the things, whatever we wrote, it's going to come in the readme file. So always have the practice of putting your readme file here. Okay, probably in the week 3, if time permits, you can ask me how to write the readme files. I'll share you certain important points on that. So now how to upload? Click on add file here, click on the add file, click on upload files. Okay, so It'll ask you either to drag the, if you're uploading the entire folder, drag it and drop it here, okay? Because when you choose your files, it has to be only files, it cannot be folder, okay? So yours is smart grid. So I'm going to select these two files. This is how you need to select the files. Click on the upload. So it will try to upload, right? So both the files have been uploaded. One is a data set, the other one is a IP vendor source code. Now always have the practice of putting the comments here, commit messages. I will say week 1 code submission, okay? So this is only for my sake. So you can also put something that is creative that will help you out. So yeah, so click on commit changes. Once you click on commit changes, what will happen here is that your entire repo would look like this. Look at this, it's public, your name of the repo, the branches, there will be 2 branches. One is main and master branch. So we are looking, since GitHub came into picture, we are looking into main, okay, we're not going for master branch, and all the files will be here. What you got to do here is, you have to click on this code, right? Green color button which says code. So here you have the Git link. Click on the Git link. You have to go to your LMS. Okay, on the left side you will see week 1 submission. Okay, now it is not live. It will be live post Thursday or on Thursday. I'll make sure that it will be done. Okay, don't worry about it. Once it is live, I will tell you. There you have to paste this link. Okay, and please remember you have to paste your link. Do not paste someone else's. If someone the validator sees someone else's, probably they will your entire project scenario will be disqualified. Kindly be aware of that. So you're gonna copy this. This is your Git link. You're going to go to LMS, log into your LMS. On the left side below run my code, you will be able to see week 1 submission. Click on week 1 submission. Paste this link, and if you want to add some description, there will be a box for description. You can add that, or otherwise you can click on submit button. So that is how it will be submitted. Okay. So this is regarding the project. Let me. For those who have the issues for week 1, copy code or write yourself, whichever you prefer. Okay, run it on your favorite IDE. Once it is done, sorry, 1 second guys, I'll come to chat. Upload this onto your GitHub repo. Copy Git link, go to LMS, left pane, you will see week 1 submission. Okay, so paste it there. Add any description, means you have to write something like improvisation, what you did. Okay, add the description. You can just simply say what you have done in the week 1. Okay, write the description and click on the submit button. Am I clear with this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, could you send me the IPYMB file also?
Yeah, I'll see.
Along with the data.
Yeah, I will give you what I will give you. Okay, my how do I say, like what I will be giving you as a RMS. I'll be giving you recording of the session. Okay, so you'll have recording. I will upload all the files to my GitHub repo and give you that link. Okay, where you will have all the IPYMB file, data set, everything. Okay, and third option, I'll also give you the instructions too. Don't worry. Okay, so some of you will be very new for this, so I'll give you the instructions also. So you don't need to worry about it.
Sir, can I get the Telegram group link?
Can anybody share it? Okay, some other people are also asking, or if you're not able to get it, kindly ask Nikita about that. Okay, the one who got you the orientation, right? So just a second, someone gave that to me. Can you check the chat? Telegram group, I have shared it. Okay,
Visible.
yeah, okay. So I guess that's it. Kindly wait for tomorrow morning, at least till tomorrow morning. I'll try to do it by night 10. Recording has to be saved in the cloud. Okay, it will take its own time. Yeah, you need LMS link also. I understand. I'll share you the LMS link also. So Command C, Command V over here. So this is your LMS link. Okay. Attendance, you have to go to your portal. In the portal, it will say self attendance. So can you all check it and tell me?
Visible.
Yeah.
Yes, attendance is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Attendance is visible. Kindly do that. Yeah, you have to submit. Yeah, one thing I forgot to tell you all. Sorry, pardon me. I should have told you the deadline, right? So deadline for week 1. Today's 15th, right? So it is 19th. Okay, so 19th is a Saturday. By 11 p.m. you have to submit it. Okay, so this is the deadline. And please don't tell me that we have to extend the deadline. That will not happen. Okay, yeah, someone was asking something.
In GitHub repo, we need to create like week 1, week 2, week 3, like that.
No, don't do that. Yes, thank you for asking. I can show you that. Remember, everyone, in the same file, you're going to go click again, add file, click upload, right? And the second week, whatever we did, will be in the same file only, right? We are not creating 2 files. So same file you're going to upload.
Commit it now.
Commit it.
We need to do commit changes now.
Yes, you have to do the commit changes. If you are doing the Git, you can do the commit here. Otherwise, you can just upload the same file, because both the file name, file name will be same, right? It will be how do I say, overwritten on it, right? So committing will be happening on its own. Yeah, don't worry.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So can you please
Yes,
repeat
today.
how to
Just a second. Today's work has to be submitted by Saturday 11 p.m. Correct? Yes, someone was asking.
Or can you please repeat how to mark the attendance?
You have to go to your LMS. Okay, once you log into your LMS, on the left side you will have self attendance. Click on that. So today's a date will be there, and there will be a checkbox. So you have to just click on it. Okay.
So thank you.
Okay, Aditya Roy says, sir, हमें एक ही repo में files add करते जाना है. Yeah, yes, Aditya. एक ही repo में all the files will be added. Okay, so don't make repo week 1, week 2, week 3. Don't do that. Single repo, all the files will be there. Okay, don't worry. Yes, what I have demonstrated here. No, don't share my GitHub link here, because I am doing some alterations. Okay, it will take some time. Saurav, I'll share that later. Okay, whatever I have taught you, you have to do the same thing. Okay. Diksha, by tomorrow morning, I'll by 11 p.m. tonight, I'll try my level best to do, because cloud recording will take its own time. If it is fastly recorded, I'll share the recording. Okay. Sir, how to upload LMS for week 1? I just told you all the things. Where were you? Guys, repeating is actually a Herculean task, right? So kindly look into the recording of the session. It will help you out. Okay. Anyway, time's done. You have to go to your LMS portal there on the left side. At the bottom, you will be able to see week 1 submission. So we have to click on week 1 and then paste the link. Okay. But that week 1 submission is not live. I'm repeating, that is not live. By Thursday, it will be live. I will tell you in the WhatsApp group as well as in the Telegram group. So don't worry about it. I'll send you the instructions also. Don't worry about it. Whatever I have taught you, you have to do the same thing. Okay. So I'll share you my GitHub repo link also. I'm doing certain alterations. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a spiffing evening. Take care of yourselves. We will catch up in the AMA session. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.